But I'd like to introduce our first Ignite presenter for today, Emily Hulsey from North Hall High School, and she will be talking about Teachers on a Mission, Read and Feed.
In the fall of 2015, I called my friend Dana Farr, who you're going to hear from in a few minutes, and I said, Dana, I feel like I'm being called to start a ministry, and I really feel like you need to be my partner. And she quickly reminded me that we did not have time to do something like that, but I did pique her interest, and so she said, well, what would be our focus? And I said, we're both teachers, we both love kids, so something with kids. And so that kind of explains why she didn't jump on that opportunity really quickly, because I clearly didn't have much of a focus or a purpose. So we decided we would pray about it, we'd think about it, and we'd come back to it later. So fast forward to the next summer, and I'm sitting at home, and Dana called me, and she said, Emily, my heart is broken right now, thinking about my kids who are sitting at home hungry, because they're not getting their free breakfast, they're not getting their free lunch, and I don't know what we can do about it. And I said, well, that's what we're going to do. This is it for us. We're going to start our ministry with this. And so we did. From there, More Than Sparrows was born. Matthew 10:31 says, do not be afraid. You are of more value than many sparrows. And that's the heart of our ministry, is to let our kids and our community know they are valuable and they're worthy and they deserve anything that we can give them. And we don't expect anything in return. That's what we want our kids to be about too. We knew that there were many organizations in Hall County that provide free meals to kids in the summer, including Hall County schools, which is incredible. But the gap that we were seeking to fill, those kids who don't have transportation, for some of them, if they can't get to those feeding sites, they're still not eating. And so we wanted to do something about that, but we were kind of stuck because we knew we couldn't just go into neighborhoods where we had not established trust and credibility and try to offer food to families who didn't know us because they wouldn't even open their doors to us. So long story short, we decided that we were going to follow the Hall County Reading Rocket around because that gave us our instant credibility. We knew that we could just follow that rocket and the kids would be coming out anyway and we would hand them a lunch and a drink as they came to check out a book. Our mission is read and feed. We want them to get a book, have a lunch. They can't focus on reading a book if they're hungry. And so that's what we wanted to try, the gap that we wanted to try to fill. So we didn't want it to just be us though. We wanted to partner with kids and people across Hall County. So we reached out to coaches and youth pastors, and between last summer and this summer, we've had kids and teachers and adults from North Hall, East Hall, Chestatee, Cherokee Bluff, making sandwiches and handing them out to kids at the Reading Rocket, and it's been awesome. Now start with this not to put the focus on Dana or myself, because what we are doing is not uncommon. All of us in here love kids. We all want to meet the basic needs of kids. That's who we are as educators. But how much greater would it be for our kids to recognize needs in our community and do something about them? That's what we're passionate about. I believe that kids, like adults, want to feel useful. If we don't feel useful, we often feel hopeless. And so I think about that kid in my freshman resource English class who, stretching it, reads on a first grade reading level. He doesn't feel useful in any classroom, really. And it's unfortunate. We work really hard with him, but he struggles. But this year he noticed that my chair was broken, and he took it upon himself to take it out, fix it, bring it back to me, and show me how he made it safe for me to sit in. The look of pride on his face was something I'd never seen before, because that was something that made him feel useful. He felt like he served a specific purpose, and he did something for me without me asking and without anything in return. That was a profound moment for me. My challenge for you today is to find ways to help your kids recognize needs around them and not just say, how sad, but to also say, how can I help? That is not human nature. We are selfish creatures by nature. Kids have to be taught the art of compassion. They have to see it modeled. That's what we need to do for our kids. Whether it's having your kids join with More Than Sparrows on one of our initiatives, or giving them an article to read that outlines needs in our community and asking them to come up with a plan for ways that they can contribute, or telling them to look at kids in their hallways and find those kids who need friends and to be a friend to those people. You're teaching them empathy and compassion and those character traits that we want them to leave our building and take out with them into the world one day. A saying that we hear a lot in our, I'm going really fast, that's like not where I need to be right now, sorry. That's my chair that my student fixed for me. I told you I was pretty far ahead. Okay, so kids have to be exposed to needs from the lens of helping before that thought process becomes natural for them. Hopefully from there, they're going to look at their schools, their community, and their world through a different lens, and they're going to go out and want to try to do things for other people. And some of you are saying, I don't need to show my kids needs. They live it. But I would say to you, it doesn't matter what our status is, our socioeconomic status, where we come from. Every person can be valuable and useful to somebody else through helping them. And that's so important for our kids to know. If it's not Snapchat or Instagram or Fortnite, it's like they're not interested. But we want them to get beyond themselves and see the world in a bigger picture. Okay, sorry. So now I'm too far behind. A saying we hear a lot in education is, kids don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So may we seek to show them how much we care about them and the needs that surround us and inspire them to go make a difference. Thank you.